it out. We're all the same a little. Someone just wanna be bad. Not got him bad, bad, bad.
Boom, motherfucker!
Hey guys, Sunday. I said we were going to look at something special, and we are. Special Export Light. This is brewed in Milwaukee. It does not have the alcohol percentage on it, but I'll go with 5. And before another person asks if I've like hit rock bottom, do you realize how many of you have asked me to do a series on domestic beers? And of course there's the dick nozzles that have made comments that I don't have any taste buds anymore because I've wrecked them with craft beers. Oh yeah, you know a lot about biology. Okay, well it looks like beer, smells like beer, and it has one finger a chuck. Well, it's light, and I don't think it even has 5%. I should have put it in a flavor enhancing glass. See, this glass was intended to have beer in it that had flavor. Right, Snoring Desert Prepper? First comment was NIHAP. First, Bulwark, 1911, 10 feet taller. Smile Money, I am here, and I appreciate that. Johnny Concho, first thumbs up. I appreciate that. But, guys, I decided that, you know, the one way to make sure that Steve had nothing to do anymore because he doesn't have or any of the other two don't have the balls to actually leave a comment, I just turned it off. Don't need it. Don't really give a flying fuck one way or another. And if it makes douchebags go away, bye-bye douchebags. So, I mean, yeah, I appreciate it, but they're gone now. So go play in your own shitstorm. DFC 5th. Rich Huff, top 10 cheers drinking a Spartan Oktoberfest or Spaten. I've had that. That's not bad. And Keck 9th and 3rd thumbs up indeed, my friend. And Keck having some Southern Tier chocolate stout and bourbon. Love that. And Keck, happy sweet cheek Saturday. And Keck, I like me some honey buns. Sticky honey buns. Rich, Foodmaster 212, here. Rich again. Wow. For some reason I'm hungry all of a sudden. Yum. Rich, laugh my ass off. Kick the snowflake to the hard concrete. Absolutely. That's because they're without integrity. And also Jeremy, Pre-Dawn Death, I did watch, and I actually shared it. He put a video up of Christine shooting, and why? I mean, again, I'm not here to say who has who for friends, but Jeremy seems to enjoy the company of TMH on Fire, and once again, he left a comment about Christine. And TMH on Fire, you are also without integrity, and you are a true cunt. I hope someday karma comes knocking like an elephant playing with a mouse. So Jeremy, I did not leave a comment because I refuse to have anything to do with somebody who has said some of the meanest things possible about a woman. Mine. Well, technically, she's all on her own. And if you caught her blog radio show, she's fucking brilliant. I sat down here cleaning and organizing. I'm sorry I missed interacting with a few of you guys because I was doing some organizing and cleaning and getting stuff, and I'd come out and I'd see I missed a comment and blah blah blah. But her blog radio last night was awesome. She's her and John are always spot on. I think she's up to over 12 countries now. There was more than 300 people listening live last night, and I think she had a record night for calls. So it's awesome that you guys are calling and interacting. Cheers to you guys. El Tenda, cheers, guys. Aunt Keck, now that's a sweet close quarter combat weapon. I'm sure you're talking about the AR pistol. I think. I don't know. I like my AR pistol. Rich again. Those are all nice, brother. Can't wait to see what you think of the deliciousness on the way. Aunt Keck. Yes, sir, you definitely walked into the whiskey. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Ed. Holy brew review. I'm late. Josh. FJ55 Arm Pig. Indeed, that FN is one of the best looking 5.7s I've ever seen. Yeah, I really like the way it looked. I mean, I realized I could have stepped down a little bit in looks and gone with the skull print. Josh again. I agree, a large portion of our society suffers from diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain. The growth of window lickers, crayon eating, box of rocks, oxygen thieves has grown to an unstable levels. The nerds need to be the herds need to be trimmed in order to save it from implosion. Word. Absolutely. Josh. Hi, Ed. J-Dog. Here from work. Rich. That does it. I'm watching King Arthur again tonight. You do realize that your nose has been in the right spot for most of this video. I knew you were a butt man. Laugh out loud. Both are fine, or all of the above. Rich, oh my, the trigger on the Luth AR, I just ruined my keyboard, and that booty in the background too. Oh, those Hyperfire triggers. I've had the privilege to get the opportunity to use a lot of really, really good triggers. Yes, you can have John Huber make just about anything perfect. His own triggers are insane. That's why I can't wait for the AR-15 trigger. He's been working and he's had some setbacks, so there's still no release date for the AR-15 platform. On the other hand, if your rifle uses a Remington 700 style trigger, you will find nothing on the planet that will equal. Not to mention, if you want something specific, single stage, 2-stage, 1 pound, 3 pound, whatever you want, if you get directly in contact with John, he will build it the way you want it. For God's sakes, the man took a mil-spec, just a piece of shit mil-spec trigger, the one that's in the BMG 50, and turned it into something insane. So, but if you don't want to have some custom work done, and you just want to be able to go online right now and place an order and have it delivered to your house, the Hyperfire, the 3-gun that I have, comes with 3 sets of springs. You can put in the set that you want. The heaviest set gets you the lightest feel, which is what I have. So think about it. you are getting, I am getting less than a 3-pound trigger with doing no polishing, doing nothing, just out of the box, straight into my rifle with their heaviest set of springs. The lightest set gets you the heaviest trigger feel, but the heaviest set of springs gets you the lightest trigger with the most swing. So you are accomplishing two things in one setup. Ultra light, ultra responsive, quick reset, and the hardest hitting of the 3 spring packages. So you don't have to worry about light primer strikes. Rich again. Yes, the Centurion and the Eagle are both good movies. They are kind of similar to King Arthur. I will have to check them out. I have seen neither of those. Rich again, the barrel on that JP brake. Barrel and the JP brake are amazing. Another fine review, brother. Cheers. Thank you, my friend. I did take an attempt at timing it, which, let me tell you, hats off to companies like JP, because my JP, more people stand there and look at it and go, that barrel and that brake were all made at the same time. Nope. It will screw off of there. I'm never going to do it. But I took a stab at timing, and I was coming up short on rotation, and then slightly past rotation, which meant I would have had to take off a lot more to come all the way around again so that the JP logo was at the top. So bottom line is it was a fail. So I am going to have to go with the crush washer, which has not been crushed, because as you can see, that is in car talk, top dead center, their logo. And so that this has to just it's less, it's obviously it's like an eighth of a turn, so that should work out fine when this is ready. And I did, Christopher right now doesn't want it polished beyond the gas block, so I hand polished it up to the brake, and I polished it just until the two of them equaled each other, as you can see. So Wilson Combat match grade barrel, and the JP, this is their three gun comp. They are absolutely beautiful, and I want to say thank you to John Paul and my friend Ben at JP for making this happen for veterans. So thanks for the segue, Rich. ATF sucks. I give permission to use that stated thing for Ms. Bomey, as long as it looks cool. Laugh out loud, cheers. So, looks like I might be building a pistol for Christine. If anybody knows of any good deals on a lower, let me know. I know so far the best prices I've been able to find are through Anderson, like the one I did for my friend Greg, and that had the fixed trigger guard, which I really liked the way that looked. It sure seemed like a decent lower. So ATF sucks. Thank you. He called in last night and made some reference to being kind of, well, leaning more liberal than some of his friends, and I'm just like, if you are liberal at all, my friend, I want all my friends to be liberal. Now, me and Chris and John and Ed were talking about this last night, and I agree with John. And I know some people get energized when you say stuff like this, but you know what? I am not so narrow-minded that I disagree with all liberals. There's some people who say that they're liberal that I'm almost like, damn, I wish there was more of you. I mean, case in point, probably the best ever was JFK. On the other hand, I know of several people that call themselves Republicans and conservative, and you people are a joke. I mean, some. So, I like to go individual by individual and find out where your priorities are. Me personally, this country, and what our founding fathers and the men and women in our military, law enforcement, fire departments, what they stand for and what they are willing to give up so that the rest of us can have life, pursuit of happiness. You know, America. Real Cold Burnout, it's about time to turn the thumbs up and down feature off. I don't think it does anything to help or hinder a vid nowadays. Yes, you're absolutely right. And having a discussion about this with somebody else, already implemented. That means I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Steve. You'll just have to go take your medication now. Since none of the three usuals have the balls to comment, because just like in a game, you have no balls, which means you have no game. You cannot defend yourself because you are on the wrong side of history. You are on the wrong side of an argument, and all you have is your brain disorder. Sorry, Steve. No game. Muzzle first. Great brew review, sir. The muzzle brake looks great. I look forward to seeing it after you polish the barrel. JR10. Desert Gold. While almost everything on this planet has a given lifespan, as you said, and we don't live forever, there is one living thing that is immortal. Query, what is it? You know, I don't know if this is one of those little. I know JR10 does this a lot, especially on his Facebook thing, and I think it's great. You just had one, and now I don't remember what the question was. Oh, why there's ridges on coins. What's one living thing that's immortal? One, which means right off of the bat, I have 4 things in my brain that, 5 things in my brain that live so long that nobody even knows how long they live for, and I'm afraid I'm going to fail at this, so I'm just going to throw it out there in reverse order. The tortoise. I know there's a trees, I don't know if they're in more areas than like Arizona, that they think some of these trees are more than 5,000 years old. The lobster, and at the top of my list, and I'm not sure which one is in first or second place, but I know the jellyfish kind of goes backwards. You know, it has the ability to like turn itself back to what would have been like birth for it, and then the hydra. Other than that, you got me this time around. But you know, watching a lot of science channels and stuff like that, I know the jellyfish and the hydra are there, and I know the lobster's weird. You know, it's just kind of keeps on growing until I guess the inevitable happens that it gets eaten. Nick U. Sweet ass Saturday indeed. In the case of the Smirnoff, whenever I have any, which is rare, I do as you did. Keep the turpentine or some kind of rocket fuel handy to kick it up a few notches. You missed me? Question mark. No. Yeah, buddy. Bullshit is right. Uh-huh. Like that strange disease you got from Heffy, aka the missing link. No shit. Where is he? The fuck? Even if he's working all the time, he's the one that made like history out of how much interaction that he could put in while at work. Unless that didn't go well. This is my weekend to work when work where sobriety is kind of optional. Come Wednesday, I might have to visit one of the new local breweries for a growler fill-up. Or maybe two. JR10, Desert Gold again. Still love your pistol build. As for me, like I mentioned before, I would pull that upper off and mount an AR-57 12-inch upper with a binary trigger in the lower. You could go with a 6-inch upper, but the muzzle velocity loss with that length, you might as well pull your pistol out. My favorite, poor man's PS90 auto build. Yeah, I want to do a 9mm. I'd love to do a 10mm, and the 5.7 is definitely compelling. I'm very impressed with that little round. As a matter of fact, I got some shit coming. My sister called me this morning and said, I've got a whole stack of what we are told is bulletproof glass, 2 foot by 2 foot. And I'm like, really? That sounds like some good old fun and some testing, so I'm going to have to get up and get those. Wade, Big Redneck Papa. Hell yeah, let's do a deplorable crew night. The ball busting will be epic. Tapco mags work great in my SKS. Liberals today are stupid, plus they really don't understand what it means to be an American, because they've never been exposed to it. Liberalism is a mental disorder that only intensifies the longer you are exposed to it. Absolutely. I mean, to stand here and to actually have to defend the values of our founding fathers. Really? Okay. Brad Thomas. I love a soft little peach. I bet you do. Ed. You are in the right position. Good job and cheers. Smile Money. Damn, when the crazy Scotsman wants to knock me out, he ups the bid. Oh, and by the time you see this, I am doing the auction video for the rest of them. But as it stands right now, Crazy Scotsman is at 100. Smile Money's got 25. And Johnny Watson is at 200 on the Hornet. And don't forget, you're running out of time if you're interested in getting in on the gun raffle. Stephen Bush, Smirnoff, what the fuck have you resorted to? Hey, it's got alcohol in it, and it's I don't know, Steve. Gillian 426. Smirnoff makes some damn good stuff. Mainly the vodka. Mr. Holster 201. Really? With a fruity drink like that, you should be able to finish it by 2. Stephen Bush. On AR pistols, both of mine were 10.5 inch. I prefer the gun to be usable at a I may need to kill someone distance. A 7.5 is pretty damn inaccurate out to 150 yards. Steve, I cannot argue with you about 150, but I can tell you mine is a dead-on steel ringer at 100. But I mean, I realize things could change as we add another 50 yards in there. I haven't done that because to me, my AR pistol is about close quarters, lots of hard hitting rounds. I mean, for a 5.56, a lot of hard hitting rounds and a lot of them. I mean, my pistol. I mean, someday I'd like to get a few more of those D60s just to spread the fun around. But I actually was kind of bummed out because I was going to put that 100-round beta mag on my pistol, but I'd have to take the sleeve off, and the sleeve is some of what makes that gun look the way it does. So I like the way that it looks so much that the sleeve will stay on it, and the beta mag will just have to be used somewhere else. I mean, when I'm voting from the rooftops, the 24-inch and the beta mag are a nice combo. I mean, it's already set up as a bench gun, 24-inch barrel, big scope, and a beta mag. And the thing that's nice about the beta mag is it has a very small lower footprint. Yeah, it's wide, but it's kind of a great rooftop gun. But he wasn't done. There is about 40% less reliability. Well, but thanks to you, I have an adjustable gas block, so that wouldn't be as much of an issue. So, for me, I guess if you're planning on shooting beyond 100 yards, I understand the argument. For me, mine is, now we've had some issues. I mean, granted, in Duluth, it's nothing like some of you people have to. I mean, the crime rate around here is like a murder. You know, a murder isn't the kind of thing that happens very often. But we do have a lot of dirtbag, douchebag, fucking loser, drug dealing pieces of shit, of questionable heritage. That come here from Chicago. Let's just say they look a lot like this versus a lot like this, because they're losers, and one of the larger drug distribution centers is not too far from here. So there has been nights where the old AR pistol has been the side table gun. And I know some people are like, oh, but in a domestic scenario like a house, aren't you worried? No, I'm just worried about me, because I'm the only thing that really matters. Besides that, that D60 is all filled full of stuff that comes apart really easily. And again, collateral damage. Mr. Holster, don't take this as a negative comment, but my high school stepdaughter is older looking than the brew chick. Your brew chick should be old enough to drink a beer. I'll take that under advisement. You know, like I tell my neighbor, because we've had the comment about, you know, he's made some comment about, you know, your daughter isn't exactly ugly, and I'm like, yeah, neither is yours, and the key point is it's your daughter. But no, Mr. Holster, I understand. Mr. Holster, if you want a rifle build, a rifle, agree 100%. Ed, sweet break from JP. Absolutely, that's the one that Christine wanted. Johnny Watson's going to be bummed because he wanted to get that for the girls' build. But, like I say, if we can get sponsorship help, then that leaves an option for something else. Another thing that's quite helpful in lessening the noise and the felt recoil is JP's silent capture buffer, which was one of the things that JP Ben was willing to donate I think it's because he might have missed that I wanted that brake. And so when I said I love the silent capture, but what we wanted was that brake, they just sent that brake. But just as a side note, one of the things that's always cool to put, and I have not put one in any of the giveaway builds yet, and I don't have one on any of my AR-15 platforms. I do have a silent capture buffer assembly in my my JP Enterprise rifle, and they are awesome. Stephen Bush. So Eric, I'll give you $750 for your Star Trek call. Gillian 426, vodka. Again, you keep calling me out on that, and I wish I could comply. I really do. Rolling. Gillian again. Oh, and I see we're at the second to the last comment, at least without hitting refresh. Gillian 426. That was a great video Christine made for the shoot. I honestly, I really liked it, and B, the music that she found that she used was fantastic. Like I said, there was, well, the big thing was the picture that she realized that was missing. And I told her, I said, I go, you know what, you've got actually quite a few views on the first one. More views than normal, and you want to delete it. Yeah, because it's missing the picture that I want in it. Okay, I try to tell her a lot of people will just see that in their feed and go, oh, I've already seen that. Well, you saw it the first time, but you didn't see the new version. Stephen Bush, my wife doesn't give a shit about shooting. When I carried the G23 and I got her the G19 for her birthday, let's just say that she put less than 50 rounds through it, and it sat in the safe for damn near 2 years before I sold the 23 and took over the 19 as my carry gun. You know, I would say, and I realize there's exceptions out there that, for the most part, like for instance, Chris, she's been talking about carrying more and more, but then again, there's also different circumstances. I mean, she works for a shit place anyway, that all they care about is the almighty dollar and not any of their customers. But they have a stringent no gun policy, which means she would have to basically leave it in the vehicle all the time. And granted, it is in a secure location, but it's not an absolute. I would probably get a locking safe and secure it to the vehicle, just like Samantha has one that you know, you can't get to the door on it without opening the back of her vehicle, and then you're not going to remove it because it's bolted through the floor of the vehicle, and I'd have to do something like that for her. But there's definitely circumstances where she does carry. She's been carrying more and more, and she's always the backup for me. You know, go to a friend's place and not plan on having any of this, and then have this, and it's like, you know what? Not only am I not driving, but I do not want this on my side anymore because it's not worth the possibility of losing my my permit. And there was, on a refresh, there was one more comment, and that was from Josh, FJ55 Iron Peg. Maybe, just maybe, this is the last comment. So if, ... have a great weekend, everyone. And, you were the last comment. And wrap this up a little early, because I didn't really have anything extra for you guys other than appreciate everybody that's gotten involved on the call so far. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more action over at the over channel, you know, other channel. But just remember, you know, these are all custom made by John. What can I say about Special X Light? Well, right off the bat, this is the throwdown beer. When I get that, when I get that call from the neighbor, you got any beer? Yeah, I can throw this stuff over the fence. Now, is it skunky or nasty? No, it's not. But being light, if I'm gonna go in for you know, a mass-produced domestic, I'd rather go with something that maybe adds a little bit of flavor to the game instead of being practically a near or a non-alcoholic beer in taste and stuff. So in the E scale, strictly for domestics, I would put this. I would put this maybe a 4.5 tops, just because it's really light, very light. I mean, there's no information on here where I could tell you what the calories and all the above are, but I think I actually lost weight drinking them. So, okay, guys, cheers. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and if there is a tomorrow, that's when I will see you again.